Kevin Love. That man got paid, y'all. The contract is done. Highest paid player in the entire NFL. He signed a 4-year, $220 million contract extension. A little bit over $100 million guaranteed. Do y'all think the Packers overpaid?
I was shocked. I'll say that. I can't.
I tried to warn you.
I can't. I mean, paying him is one thing. Making him the highest paid. Okay, to answer your question, yes. Like making him the highest paid quarterback in the league was not my expectation. Like when I started seeing Tua's deals come through.
But do you really think that he deserves less than Tua?
But
even given
so here's
given what you've seen from both of them,
like the top quarterbacks that were paid, because you still got to wait for Dak, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the top, and I'm like, all right, Joe up there, Burrow, Tua's up there, Herbert's up there, stuff like that, right? You got Lamar up there, like Mahomes ain't up there, but I was like, okay, so these cats, couple Super Bowl appearances, but not wins. But you have several playoff wins to the point where you've made it to the Super Bowl between Lamar and Joe. Herbert ain't did nothing yet, so I can see him getting more than Herbert. Jalen Hurts made it to the Super Bowl.
But you're not paying for past performance.
I get it.
You're paying for what they're about to do.
Correct, but everybody's around the same age too. Yeah, so I'm looking at.
But you know how the market worked too, where it's like the last contract is just a new benchmark.
Yeah. Correct, and I get that.
The fact that Trevor Lawrence got $55 million, I was like, my God.
Right. So Trevor, I'm like, it's Jacksonville. They gonna do that. So for me, I was like, okay, he should be roughly around the 52 to 53 million.
I mean, like based on what?
It was his first year. It literally was his first year. That's where most of that came from. Because I'm like, everybody else,
but if you're paying on what they're going to do,
you get paid off of what you have done and what you will do.
No, it's mostly off of what you will do with the NFL.
If you ain't did shit, they're not going to give you a whole bunch of money.
But if they expect you about to do stuff,
but if they expect
correct. So when you had a good year towards the end, because he's corrected his year and he had number 2 in the NFL in touchdown passes. If his season would have stayed the way it was at the beginning of the year, he would not have got that money. That's why you get paid for what you did and what you will do. So we're expecting that to continue.
But Tim, like your point is, like he's shown progression, he's shown improvement. Correct. So that then gives you like the projection that's going to continue into the future.
Correct.
Like if he plateaued in the middle of last season, it's like, okay, he's not progressing anymore, so like we don't have to pay him as much.
Right, and I give you that, but that's also why I said everybody that's in that range is also around the same age too. Well, so for him to get it after 1 year is what shocked me.
That's y'all guy though. You got to.
I don't have a problem with it. It's just I was surprised that because after year 1 we gave him highest paid. I could have understood if he was 3rd or 4th or something like that. Top 5, okay, cool. But number 1 is what I was like, damn.
Even
get your money.
It's only a few. So you look at the top 8 paid quarterbacks on an annual basis. It is $4 million separating 1 and 8. So the gap in between there isn't that great. So even if you thought that he should be the 3rd highest paid, that puts him at
same money, right?
53.5.
You know how they all go. They be like, okay, well, oh boy got 52. I'm gonna give you 52.25 to make you the highest paid.
That's my point. So I don't see how you can say it's an overpay when it's only like $2 million more.
It's the going rate.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you thought he was gonna get. I mean, you did think he was gonna get paid
a little bit less than what he got. Yes,
but we talked about it a couple weeks ago when Lawrence got paid. But like it's so it's not that much. And on top of that too, it's an NFL contract. In which we all know a lot of that money ain't real. Mm-hmm. And when you actually break down the numbers for Love's contract, I had made sure to pull the numbers. He actually averages about $47.7 million over the first 3 years, which would be 5th in average pay over the first 3 years of the deal. And the new money comes to $220 million, as we said, which the average is 55. Mm-hmm. But the total deal is really 5 years at $231 because it was an extension. So like it sounds great because it's like, oh, you the new highest paid, but like if you look at it, it's not really 55 a year.
And like that last year is like a balloon, right?
It is because the cap number this season is $20.7 million, which is 49th amongst all players in the league. Next year he's getting paid $29.7 million, which is 27th in the league for next year, right? And then the following year in 26, he's getting 36.1, which would be good for 21st in the league. Even that 27 cap number isn't that bad at 42.4, but that last year is when it balloons to 74.2 million, the 5th year of the deal.
And they're going to renew.
And they're not going to pay that.
Something.
It's going to be restructured by that point. And on top of that, he got the biggest signing bonus in NFL history with $75 million. So a lot of that money is paid up front by December. So like it sounds, yes, of course, you are the highest paid player, so on and so forth. Makes him feel good. He's able to put that, stick in his cap. But the reality of it is, like, the Packers, they did good. Like, because he's still not going to be actually making that. And this is coming off of a year where last year they were paying Aaron. They had $40 million in the cap and dead cap from Aaron Rodgers. Yep. So, like, if people say they overpaid, I disagree. I don't think it's overpay at all. I think it's a win-win for both sides where he can say on his side, I am the highest paid player. And the Packers can go, yeah, on paper. But for our cap, it still works for us and what we got going on for the next couple of years and what we building. Like, it is not an overpay at all for me. That is all deserved. You pay guys on what they about to do. And based on all indications, like this, we have another franchise quarterback in Green Bay, and you pay franchise quarterbacks.
That's fair. I get it.
I'm happy it's done.
No yeah, for sure. Like I just wanted him to get signed, bro. Because it was more of a sticker shock. Like, holy shit.
I told you it was going. I told you, like, you're gonna have some sticker shock when they come out. So I was ready for this conversation. Shylan said, I think they overpaid him a bit, but it's cool because now he can loan me $1. Man, listen.
He's a nice guy. He might give you $1.
He might give you $2.
Yeah, I don't know enough about NFL accounting, so I don't. All I know is I can compare it to what other quarterbacks are making. It's like I would rather pay Love what he's getting versus Tua what he's getting
53.
Versus Lawrence what he's getting
55.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the people that are getting paid this offseason, it's like, yeah, I would take him over any of them. I think Burrow get paid this year?
Last year I think, but he get 55 too.
Like, Burrow's the only one that is in that conversation. It's like Herbert doesn't move me like that. Like
52.5.
Yeah, and
Jared Goff getting 53.
Yeah,
Goff,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, for the next 3 to 5 years, I'd much rather have Jordan Love and what I project him to do versus what the track record for those 3 or 5 guys I just named. Like,
and then you got Lamar and Hurts right there with him too.
Sure.
Yeah.
But even still, like,
Lamar's 52 and Hurts is 51. And those contracts were years ago. So,
and that's the thing. Like, just the top guys haven't come up for, and like, what's the name?
Mahomes got to get his money again.
Well, Mahomes always take a little bit less as it is. But
because he gonna get in.
Get another chip.
That's the great one.